What's going on, YouTube world? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in once again. I'm Dusty, you guessed it. This is the Shred Academy. We all know the feeling of getting thrown off our pedals. That's why today we're gonna cover the #1 thing you can do to stop getting kicked off your pedals through the chunk, besides clipping in. And this one thing is not only gonna help you keep your feet on the pedals, but it's also gonna enhance your body position and give you more braking power when you need it. So let's get to checking it out.
Yes, we want level pedals, but not level feet. And maybe we shouldn't say level pedals, because then we're thinking about keeping the pedals level. We should start saying level cranks, right? Because this crank's level with this one over there, or more or less level with each other. You also don't want to point your toes downward. So we want levelish cranks, but we want to drop our heels. Level feet, drop heels. Level feet, drop heels. Can we see where this shifts my weight forward if my feet are level? Boom. But if I drop my heels, my weight kind of shifts back. Dropped heels. Level feet, dropped heels. Level feet, dropped heel. Level feet, dropped heel. We want our heels dropped. This is going to help engage the pedal pins as well. If you're sitting on top, there's really nothing holding you to the pedal. You're just going to bounce right off of it. The pins are then helping you not slide forwards or backwards. But that's not how your feet come off the pedal. They come off the pedal this way. The only real thing holding you to the pedal is your weight pushing down. So if at any time your weight gets lifted from the base of the pedal, you're gonna lose grip on the pedal. But if we drop our heel, that's gonna cause a natural shift in your body weight slightly backwards, which is gonna help center all of your body mass right kind of over the bottom bracket, not forward of it. Also, you'll no longer be just engaging the pedal by your weight sitting on top of it. You're going to be engaging the pedal by pushing into it as you're riding down the trail, and your knees are flexing to absorb the rear end bumps to keep your upper body stable. You can see my knees kind of flexing as well as my ankles as I'm pushing into the pedal. If the bike kicks up, it's not necessarily unweighting me, it's actually forcing me to push harder into the pedals and essentially push through the bumps. But if my feet are sitting on top of the pedals or my toes are pointed, look how it situates my body slightly in front of the bottom bracket. And as the rear end kicks, it actually kicks my body forward. Now, if my toes are pointed, I still do have a little bit of engagement with the pedal, but it's also engaging me to throw my body weight forward. If my feet were level and the rear end kicks, that's when your feet come off the pedal. This is actually a pretty good example of how flat feet or pointed toes can kick you off the pedals. It's a pretty simple roots here, but because my weight is a little bit forward of the bottom bracket, and that's causing me to weight my handlebars, that actually causes a little unweighting of the feet as your weight shifts onto the handlebars. So as I hit this root right here, boom, and now watch the kick right there, and now I come off the pedal. Now, not necessarily this pedal, but you can see I start to unweight. It's actually this pedal that I come off of, and it causes this foot to jump up, and look at my body getting thrown forward. We'll back it up a little bit. Thrown forward, right? And this foot is off the pedal, which means this one's actually not putting any force into the pedal. And as I leave the frame, look at this foot no longer on the pedal. Look how my kind of feet are even. Luckily, I do save this Sometimes trying to make examples for you guys, I risk myself of getting hurt, but I really think you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. Now, one foot is always going to be a little more angled than the other. We can zoom in and see that this foot is fairly level or flat, but this back one definitely has a little angle down. The same thing but reverse can be said when your heels are dropped. If we zoom in here, we can see that this heel is heavily dropped, but that's because it's the pedal in front. So I have a little more flexion in my ankle, but this rear pedal isn't as accentuated with an angle, but my heel is dropped, and you can tell with this angle that I'm actually putting pressure into the pedal. I'm not just sitting on top of it. So as something kicks up, it's kicking up into my leg, and I'm able to push down onto it, or into it rather. Dropping my heels also allows me to get in an attack position that doesn't weight my handlebar with my upper body weight and centers all my body weight over the bottom bracket. Let's look at this body position compared to this body position. Even though we're kind of in the corner, look how my handlebars are slightly weighted because my upper body is over top of them. You can also tell that my weight is a little forward of the bottom bracket. So as I try to absorb bumps, it's actually going to be kicking me up rather than dropping my heels, allowing my hips to kind of go into the back seat, which allows me to center my weight over the bottom bracket, which allows me to use my arms and my legs separately to keep my upper body stable going through chunky terrain, and as well, not get kicked off the pedals. So let's recap. To keep our feet on the pedals and to stay in control of our bike, we can do one simple thing: drop our heels. Dropping our heels is not only going to engage the pedal pins instead of just resting on top of them, but it's also going to make it easier for you to have better body placement over the bottom bracket, allowing you to take weight off of the front tire, which allows you to use your arms much better to stabilize your upper body, to use the angles in your legs and ankles to help absorb the rear end, and again, keep your upper body stable, which means you stay in control of the bike.
That's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed the content and you're able to keep your feet on the pedals and go faster through that rough terrain. If you liked the content, please make sure to leave me a comment. And as always, like, share with your friends, and make sure you're all subscribing. Our goal is 10,000 subscribers. If you want to make sure that the channel continues to survive and grow, please become a paid Patreon. The link is in the description. Our lowest membership is $5 a month. That's 37 cents a day. It doesn't sound like a lot to one person, but as all my supporters gather and support me, it adds up to be enough so that I don't have to stress out about making my van payment, feeding the dog, all those types of things. If this video resonated with you and you'd like to leave me a special gallon or two of gas, help me get some dog food, my PayPal link and Venmo link are in the description for appreciation tips. If I don't see you till the next episode, make sure to ride hard, ride safe, be kind to everyone, guys, on and off the trail. A smile can go a long way in someone's day. If I do see you at the trail, make sure to come say hello. I'd love to thank you for supporting the channel and find out why you love mountain biking just as much as I do.